Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with a quick and easy card that I made for my son and my future daughter-in-law for their wedding. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how to make this quick and easy card. Okay everybody, so I'm going to go ahead and bring up my supplies so we can get started making the card. Now, my card measures 11 inches by 5.5 inches, and I've taken and scored it in half to make it a 5.5 by 5.5 inch card. And I got the idea for this card from MyPinkStamper, and I'll put the link to her card up here in the video. And I'm going to be making my card similar to hers, but I have added a few extras to my card. Now this cardstock I got, it is a American Crafts cardstock, and it looks like this, and it's actually a foil type of paper, and I believe I picked that up last year at Hobby Lobby. So I've gone ahead and prepared some of my embellishments and top layer ahead of time, and what I've done is I've gone ahead and put a bow or tied some ribbon around my top layer. Rather than have you sit here and watch me tie a bow, because I'm really not that good at it, I just decided to go ahead and do this ahead of time. I didn't want to use my Bow Easy to do this. This cardstock I got from Walmart in a paper pack that was labeled Wedding. I don't have the actual paper packet anymore because I've ripped pieces out of it to put together some other cards for some other weddings and so forth. So what I want to go ahead and do is just lay this down on top of here for right now, just so I can go ahead and lay out my card or my top layer and then my embellishments. And so we'll go ahead and we'll add the couple. Now the couple I got from the wedding cartridge. And this is one of Cricut's, I believe they call them solution cartridges. So there's no handbook with this. You just get your overlay, like so. And the couple is cut out at 4.5 inches. So you don't have to use your gypsy for this, because I didn't weld this couple together. They were already cut like that. But I did use my gypsy to design the card. So let's go ahead, and this is what ended up being my design on what I wanted to do. So now we can go ahead and go to the actual couple, and that is key number 1, and it looks like this. And as I said, I cut that at 4.5 inches. Now, I also went ahead and added my little veil on the bride. And to cut that out, you would just hit your shift key, and then you would hit key number 1, and there's the veil. And that I also cut out at 4.5 inches. Or I'm sorry, this is not 4.5 inches, this is 4.25 inches. I apologize for that. So the couple is 4.25 and the veil is 4.25. And then the other thing that I've gone ahead and done is I also wanted to add a heart and put their initials inside the heart. So I have my son's last name's initial, and then my son's first letter of his first name, and then the first letter of my future daughter-in-law's name. So then once I cut the heart out, I then just added some bling to that. And then I inked my edges using the chipped sapphire distress ink. So now I got the heart from the Sweethearts cartridge. And that is, let's see what page that is. That is on page 72, and it's this heart right here. And I went ahead and cut that out at 2 inches. So let's go to that cartridge. And that is key 41 on your Gypsy. And it looks like this. So now, let's go ahead and just line this up. And I'm going to place that right there. So now that I've gotten everything lined up and I like the way it looks, I'm going to go ahead and start adding everything down to the card. So the first thing we want to do is get some tape on the back of our first layer. And I'm going to use the ATJ gun for this because this cardstock or this is very thick. And I want to make sure that it sticks. So I'm going to get my tape all around on my edges, and then I'm going to really load up my tape in the middle so that I make sure that I get enough tape on here. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up my card and just line up. And then I'm going to go ahead and press down. So now the next thing I want to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and add the couple. And I'm going to have my couple laying right here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my Tombow for this to lay this down. And then for the smaller tiny pieces, I'm going to go ahead and use my 2-way zig pen because I want to make sure I get, and hopefully this hasn't dried out again, which it looks like that one has. So let me get another pen and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have my 2-way zig pen. So let's make sure we get in those small areas where I couldn't get the tape. I'm going to go ahead and get some glue on their arms and up on her head and in the middle there. So I think we've got enough on there to make it stay. And then the other thing I did do is I did add my bling right here down the back of the dress where you can add bling or buttons or pearls. And then for the veil, I took and put some glue on there, and then I added some of the Dazzling Diamond glitter by Stampin' Up. So we'll lay the couple right there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and press down. So now I can go ahead and add my heart, and I do have this popped up on some foam tape, and it's actually 2 thicknesses of foam tape. So we'll go ahead and add that like so. So that's it for the front of the card. This is a really simple, easy card to make. And then for the back of the card, what I decided to do was I went ahead and I took and used the Art Philosophy cartridge. And let me go to my design again on the Gypsy. And I used that just to add some numbers. And the numbers that I wanted to add was I wanted to put their actual wedding date on the back of the card. And I'm just going to blow this up a little bit so you can see. So I used the Art Philosophy cartridge for my numbers, and they are on page 21. So, and I used the font layer. And then so that I could get the slash in between, I just took the number 1 or the letter L in the Georgian Basic, and I took off my aspect ratio button and just made it as small and thin as I could. And then once I did that, I just took and angled it by going to this button right here and change the angle of the number 1, or I'm sorry, the letter L. I can't remember if I used the number 1 or the letter L. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that to the back of my card. And I took it and ran it through my Xyron machine so that I could get the letters sticky on the back. Because I was afraid that because the slash is so thin that it would come apart if I tried to glue it. So I just took and went and ran it through my Xyron. Let's see if I can get this on here. And I just want to lay that right smack in the middle, in the back of the card. And I've taken some bling and put in the middle of the ones. So their wedding date is 11/11/11. So that's it. That's my card. Now for my inside, I'm going to be putting a personal message to my son and my daughter-in-law. Thanks for watching, everybody.